Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to look at fractions in a whole new way with the concept of fractions as quotients. What does that mean? It's simple. A fraction bar actually represents division. This means the numerator is always being divided by the denominator. The main thing to remember is that a fraction like over y is equivalent to x divided by y.
Before we dive in, let's quickly review what is a fraction. We know that fractions represent parts of a whole, and we use them in everyday life. A fraction has two parts: the numerator, which is the top number, and the denominator, which is the bottom number.
Okay, here is the big idea. Every fraction you see can also be seen as a division problem. That fraction bar literally means divided by. So A over B is equivalent to A divided by B. Or, as you can see on the screen, 10 over 2 is also equal to 10 divided by 2. Let's look at a cookie sharing scenario. Imagine we are sharing three whole cookies among four friends. Because the total amount of cookies is less than the number of friends, each friend will receive a fraction of a cookie. So how do we solve the problem? So our first step would be to split the cookies. We would split each cookie into four equal pieces. To figure out how many pieces we have in total, we would multiply each of the three cookies by the four parts. And that would get us 12 pieces. Now we have to just distribute it among the people. So since there's four friends, then we divide the 12 pieces into the four people. And we get that three pieces goes to each person. And to figure out which fraction of a cookie, since that's the question, will go to each person, we just divide 3 by 4, since that's the amount of pieces we divided the cookie into. And then, as we learn, we get 3/4 of a cookie, which would also mean 3 divided by 4 of a cookie.
This brings us to the final connection. The shared problem we just solved, three cookies divided by four friends, can be written as 3 divided by 4. Our answer was 3/4 of a cookie. Therefore, the division problem 3 divided by 4 equals the fraction 3 over 4. Division and fractions represent the same concept. But what happens when you have more items than groups? Let's look at a scenario. You have 7 feet of ribbon that you need to cut into 3 pieces. This division problem is written as 7 divided by 3. This is equivalent to the fraction 7 over 3, which is called an improper fraction.
So how do we go about dividing improper fractions? First, we divide the numerator by the denominator, which would be 7 divided by 3, which would equal to 2 with a remainder of 1. Now with the remainder, you start dividing the remainder too. And applying the rule we found, we get 1/3. So our answer is a mixed number, which is a number that has a whole part and a fraction part. So in this case, our whole is 2 and our fraction is 1/3. So the answer is 2 and 1/3. Now let's take a deeper look at those real world connections. First, this idea is key for decimal conversion. To turn 3/4 into a decimal, which we'll learn in the next video, you just perform the division 3 divided by 4. It's also essential for solving everyday sharing problems. And finally, it's absolutely crucial for understanding algebraic expressions. When you see x over y in algebra, you'll immediately know it just means x divided by y, which makes solving equations so much more easier. Alright, now it's your turn. I want you to rewrite each fraction as a division problem and each division problem as a fraction. The first one, what is 5 over 8? And the second one, what is 6 over 11? Now let's walk through number 3 together. 15 students share 3 pizzas. Write a fraction to show how much pizza each student gets. The items being shared are the pizza, so that's our numerator. The groups we're sharing with are the students, so that's our denominator. The problem is 3 pizzas divided by 15 students, which gives us the fraction 3 over 15. We can simplify this by dividing both the top and the bottom by 3, which gives us 1/5. So each student gets 1/5 of a pizza. Now try the challenge problem on your own. Sarah has 3/4 of a pie and wants to divide it equally among herself and 2 friends. How much pie does each person get? Go ahead and give me your answers in the comments. Let's wrap up with the key takeaways. First, fractions represent a division problem. Second, the fraction bar always means divided by. And finally, remember that A over B is equivalent to A divided by B. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.